most people, Kenyans, believe you had a powerful role in the rigging or the lack of rigging of the elections of 2007. More so because you were the face of Kibaki's campaigns.
Yeah.
You were there as
campaigns, really.
Kibaki's quest for another term for the presidency.
No. If you remember those campaigns, I was already ostracized from the party, not really ostracized, but in 2007, I was not a core member of his campaign team, although I was still a cabinet minister.
In water?
I was in justice from 2005.
Yes.
But because there was some fight over the party, I was one of the leaders in NAC Kenya. And they had wanted us to hand over NAC Kenya to Raphael Tuju, who is now a chairman of Jubilee. They had thwarted party elections, but they wanted me to hand over the leadership of the party. They wanted me, Mungatana, and Mutua Katuku to hand over the leadership of the party. And I had refused. So the word on the corridors was that Martha Karua is the one spoiling, and that's how they ended up forming PNU as an umbrella party, because we refused to surrender NAC Kenya. And I told them, until there are party elections, we are not going to allow people who are not elected to come and say they have been sent by the president. We surrender the party to them.
But nonetheless, you campaigned very hard for him for the presidency.
I campaigned hard for him in Kirinyaga.
Yes. And
I did not go on the national scene much. I remember going to a Nakuru rally, and they refused to give me a chance to speak. So I stopped going to Kibaki's rallies. So I went and helped Kamama in Baringo campaign as a friend. I went and helped Karua in Cherangani, and I went and helped Mungatana in Tana River.
Yes, yes.
Apart from that, you will not see me much, even if you are to replay
in the campaign
of 2007.
Yes, yes.
But when the elections, the counting started,
the results were coming in.
They started calling me to come from Kirinyaga and to become the president's agent at KICC.
Yes.
So unknown to many people, I had been ostracized but called at the hour of need. They started calling me on 28th.
They needed your services.
I refused to come because my victory had not been announced. Although counting had finished, and none of my opponents even came to the tallying center because they knew from the polling stations they had lost.
It's a landslide.
They were refusing to announce my win. And I feared that if I left, they could rig me out, because some people around the president did not want me back. They considered me a nuisance. Firstly, because I had refused to agree to the payment of Angro leasing.
Yes.
Number two, the party issues.
You also ran on NAC instead of running on
And also, I had mentioned that I would vie for presidency in 2013.
Yes.
So I was messing the succession plan. So I was an outsider within the power circle.
Within the elite, within
yes. Around the president.
Yes.
But Kenyans will never know this. That's why I'm saying it, to put the record straight.
Yes, yes.
So when I was called to KICC, I refused to come. And I only came on 29th. My victory was declared on 28th around 5 p.m. I did a lap of honor within Gishugu constituency. Then I went home and slept. I wasn't going to come to Nairobi after spending a day and night at a polling station. I slept, and I came to Nairobi on the morning of 29th. I came home, dropped my people, and then went to State House. Then went to KICC. And at KICC, I found that other than George Nyamweya, there were no visible or senior representatives of PNU. And I became the most visible PNU representative, representing Kibaki. When I arrived at KICC, Right Honorable Raila Odinga and all his troops, the Orengos, Anyang' Nyong'o, Balala, William Ruto, all those people were there for him. In fact, KICC looked like Orange House. I even asked whether it was Orange House. But I braved it there to stay as an agent. That was a media center because the counting was not going on there. All that was happening is for us to hear Kevoito announce the results. So anybody wanting to say Martha Karua was part of rigging, then I must have rigged with Orengo, Raila and the others because we were there for the same purpose, to listen to Kevoito. Counting was being done elsewhere. And Kibaki deserved an agent at that center, very much like Raila did.
So agent?
I was there as Kibaki's agent, and I was alone with George Nyamoya the whole of 29th. After being there overnight, alone with Nyamoya and Orengo and the others for Anyang' Nyong'o and Karuri and the others for Raila, we were joined the next day by the likes of Uhuru Wetangula and Kimunya and many others. Therefore, one must ask themselves, what was the role of KICC? Was there any counting? Is representing President Kibaki an act of rigging? I'm totally unapologetic. I was there to represent my side. Kibaki deserved representation, just like Raila represents. And in any democracy, the contestants
must have their
representatives.
Hold on to your thoughts.
Yes.
We will have a small commercial break.
Yeah.
Viewers, we'll have a commercial break and we'll be right back. Thank you. Welcome back, viewers, to Speaker's Gallery. Our guest is Honorable Martha Karua. Honorable Martha Karua, I had cut you short. Could you continue with your thoughts?
Well, I was just saying that when we counted, we remained in KICC overnight.
Yes.
I and George Nyamoya representing PNU, and Orengo and Karuri, Senator Orengo and Karuri Omondi representing ODM, and Anyang' Nyong'o coming in at night and going because members of ODM kept on coming to buttress their team. What we discovered, because we were going file after file, records held by IEBC, and we managed to look at 196 constituencies which were complete. Some constituencies in northern Kenya and other places were not complete. We found out that Chepalungu had posted 377,000 votes, which was more than the population of Chepalungu at that time.
The constituency of Chepalungu
alone. And a majority were for Raila, almost 100%.
Yes.
And when we raised the issue, IEBC said it was a mistake. And at that point, because I did not think anybody was out to rig